Team ban.
With that, folks, we're onwards and inwards into game 2. Mama's boys up 1 game. Once again, I'm Llama Down Under. We have Dr. Corporal British, because Llama doesn't actually know anything about the military. And we've got PQMZ joining us for the cast. I hope you're all excited. Mama boys, it felt like they just had a much better game execution there than BeWater.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely. Their strat, they ran with it, and in the end it ended up being a lot easier to do what they wanted to do because Bycat got
Time.
Yeah, I actually...
alternatively how small the gyro was.
Yeah. I actually, as you said, I don't feel like it should have been the easier lineup, but they didn't even need the big RPs. There was a lot of Pycat being able to kill people. 2-man RPs were being more than enough. The plays from Yapzor with the steals on the Rubik, that was some good business.
I mean, he did get some really good RPs that game, considering how much shit there is to cancel your blink between the wards. Any dot you get on you cancels your eternity. The Zeus. Really well that game in all fairness. But I don't think it warrants a first stage Magnus ban.
Yeah. And I think, as you said, it's better to figure out how to play against the Magnus than to just ban it out. So, we'll see.
Just what they give up instead, because you
Invoker,
said everyone's
right?
been banning Wisp. Probably gonna have to ban Wisp. If they don't ban Wisp, then maybe they feel comfortable playing against it, but then Invoker gets through and... Okay, Invoker's not the be-all end-all hero, like, you can beat that hero very easily.
No. It's... Okay, so, right now...
Perhaps it's a be-all end-all when someone with 5,000 games plays it, but the Bat Rider's a much better ban, but I don't think it's a first stage ban.
It's gonna be the IO getting through, and we just mentioned this. It does feel like it's been banned every game against them, so we get to see some IO action.
I'm guessing it's Yapzor that plays it, right?
I actually have no idea because it's been banned every game. Like, why would I know?
Okay, I'm guessing they could both.
Yeah.
Disruptor.
These haven't. Yeah, I agree with you. It's most likely that most folks can play it, but who is their player who plays it at 8,000 matchmaking points level is the real question.
I mean, Yapzor's only a 6 grub, I wouldn't trust on it, I guess.
I thought Yapzor was... Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I thought there was somebody else on this team. I thought... it's Europe. Everybody has 8,000. And as we know, 7k means that you can't deny yourself to neutrals consistently. Either way, we have picks and bans flying out, and this is not looking groovy. While BeWater got the Invoker, there's an IO Tiny in the pool. And yeah, Disrupt is good against that, but I would not want to... I would not want to be an Invoker here. Like, you're just going to get tossed back if you're out of position. You're going to die once the Tiny is up and ready. Feels rough.
Stay around it, I suppose. It's just not ideal. So, pick the hero because you feel like it's a really strong hero. You don't want to give it away. It's good in meta, but you're not picking it into good game, and you know that already. On the flip side, if he doesn't have a really bad start, he can really destroy IO Tiny.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and
it's hard to get a good...
5 seconds remaining.
I agree with you. If he can somehow get ahead, 2v1ing in that lane, it's going to come down to skill, and basically they have to hope that their mid laner is going to beat out this IO Tiny combo. And we saw earlier today, Pycat already ran the Tiny mid with a Bane to help him out, and that combo destroyed. Now, IO Tiny, a bit more traditional, not the easy Nightmare setup into toss back, but still not something I think most people want to play into.
Can still get the Bane and they can still do the same stuff. It's always an option. Get a strong safe laner like, I don't know, Quaff or Benno's apparently a thing in this series. They can still do that, and that's the really scary bit. Or they can just get a Rubik again, and it's still the same thing.
10 seconds.
Rubik is a fantastic pickup here.
5 seconds remaining.
Slightly greedy depending on the safe laner though. That would be the only thing about it. Bane I feel like is a lot more safe.
Time.
And it also sets up a lot better. Rubik doesn't really walk so well into random places where he really shouldn't be. Bane doesn't care. You just sleep and TP away or you deny yourself with God. You just brain zap and walk away because heroes can't kill you. Talking about the relocate interactions.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Rain would work. I don't know what BeWater want here, though. I think they need, like, probably an offlaner here, or the second spot.
I think they've done a smart thing banning out the dogs here. We've seen a sexy Bambo playing that pretty much all throughout the qualifiers when it's not banned. I do worry that it might not be enough just to ban the Darkseer. Yep.
That is not the pick. That is not the hero.
So I'm a little concerned here. I feel like Venom's very squishy. Yes, the Venomonster ult is normally going to hit a couple people here just because Io and Tiny should be tethered together. But how scary is that when you've got an Io who... I don't know how the lane's going to go. Io has a good potential here, I think, to get very farmed. And then Veno will immediately die to Blink Tiny, as will Undying. He's not a hero, despite being a strength hero, who gets particularly tanky, especially if he has to share an offlane.
Yeah, he gets tanky through, like, being in the fight for case. And they picked this really aggressive dual lane to punish the fact that Iotiny is presumably going mid. And Mama's boys have the perfect response. Because either the Bane can just bottom with whatever offlaner they decide, and they put a hero there to deal with the dual lane.
10 seconds
Work.
remaining.
Mirana can go bottom quite easily. Or they can just put Bane Mirana
5
top.
seconds
Mirana
remaining.
can't really die. Can always leap away. The Bane can move around the map, set things up, just do stacks if necessary. And now they don't have a carry. They need
Radiant
one
team
insanely
pick.
hard carry. Spectres just banned out, so that was ideal.
I would
Ideally,
have
they
been
need a hero that
terrified.
can hit as well. Like, there is not best.
The problem with the Spectre, though, is she's so easy to kill here. Relocate ganks are gonna work, the Tiny having a blink is gonna kill her. Even just, I mean, now Mama's Boy, speaking of slaying, they've got the beautiful combo of Bane Mirana, right?
10
That's
seconds
easy
remaining.
setup for arrows, and even if it's not, it's transferring the Nightmare around, it's causing a lot of disruption.
seconds
It's so easy to get a kill on a solo hero. So, oh,
Team pick.
Alright, game is over. Mama's boys have won. Go next.
they did just broodmother them. What can we really say here, other than broodmother, mother?
Alright, so what they need to do here is probably they do some tree cutting shenanigans, or they have to be really good on the sentry bottom and kill the brood sentries before he kills theirs. And that's basically going to determine whether they win or lose for lane. They can actually kill him fairly easily. Once Disruptor gets level 2, Dust into Thunderstrike into Glimpse, and they can Sunstrike on top of that if it's a Exhort Invoker, which I feel like it shouldn't be, because if you go Exhort Invoker into Iotiny as a dual lane, you're asking for a lot of trouble.
10 seconds remaining.
So we're gonna be
They have the way.
seeing. They have the way.
5
What?
seconds
I
remaining.
have the way of dealing with
Oh.
just, it's easy.
And I think, unfortunately, it's one of those games where I'm not so sure that Osa has good potential to be kited here. It's something that you can actually kind of do. I think ideally he takes out the back lines, he takes out the IO, right? But how he gets there when there's Nightmare flying around, there'll be arrows. Tiny has ways of tossing him away if he's being a real pain, so it's rough.
Yeah, definitely. And
Now
it isn't
let's
even going to be
do-
the Brood in the Ursa lane, unless they do some lanes. Deciding to put it safe lane to nullify the Undying pick. Which is even better, honestly.
Now, poking around, we are going to do some quick player introductions just because I know not everybody's familiar with these teams. We've got German player on the Venomonster, Gorek is what we're going to call him, on that Ursa. Pelican on the Disruptor. We've got Jabba,
30
is that
seconds to battle.
Jabzy Dota? He's called Jab now. And finally, the Invoker is being played by Blazemon. Tossing it over to you for loving your mama.
Alright, we've got Pikeout on the legendary Mirana, Saxa on the 8 Chamomile Bane, Yapzor is the Wisp player, Hook is on the Tiny this time, and Bambo on the Spider Woman.
Now, it is
Hopefully
important.
Gonna go for the Valkyrie and Steel.
Hopefully. Why hopefully? Do you want Bamboo to die? This is how
Yeah,
you get
sure,
dead.
I hate
Oh, okay. Okay. He didn't get it, and now they have a sentry down, and Bambo has given first blood. Excitement.
Call me like retarded, but it's not the worst thing, because they didn't have Dust, and wasting a sentry there means they have one less in the lane. Actually, they don't have any for the lane because of one. Wants to deward the pull bottom.
Yeah,
Gonna presume is blocked. So now he's got a free lane, they can't kill him.
He put it in mid as well. So he didn't even get the pole bottom, which blocking rune, which also I don't think this ward blocked the pole based on when it was placed. Never mind, not important. We'll find out shortly. So we've got iCat poking around on bottom with Saksa. This should be pretty easy to get kills on, or at least be a pain. And yeah, apparently PyCat's Mirana is legendary.
I thought it had way more games than that.
She hasn't really been in the meta for quite a while.
Yeah, but he picks that hero when it is literally the worst hero in the game.
Yeah. It's also something where this is a cross-professional game, so it's entirely possible that he's picked her in a couple matches maybe that weren't quite up to, ticketed matches and so on. But, we'll be seeing. Now, in this mid lane, Invoker is having a rough time. He's not even going for the casual point in Exhort that we see a lot of the time. So, we'll see how it goes, but he's gonna have fun. And by that I mean none at all lost hitting here.
I mean, it could be a lot worse. He could be a TA and have died already several times.
That's a throwback, folks of you who were watching the Mama's team play earlier, where that happened to the Templar Assassin that was facing Mama's boys. So
Sentry mid paid off actually, which is really important because not having the high ground vision for most boys, the lane a lot easier to deal with the Invoker.
Yeah. Means he won't get tossed back or tossed on nearly as much. And oh no, it is dead. He's trying to slow them. He manages to slow the spiders. Really well played from German player, although questionable how we got into that situation in the first place.
Yeah, salvaged. Twitch chat would say. And the arrow hits. Oh my god.
Oh, I was not.
What is doing? Not tanking that. That was like so close. The hitbox must have been like a millimeter away.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like there was a little engagement down there. I was distracted by some admin stuff, but will be no longer, folks. Let's take a look around. We have now got a fun little tri-lane down here. We've got Undying popping over. He doesn't have any points in this Tombstone. We've been seeing this quite a bit, actually. The casual point in Soul Rip. There is a glimpse active, and that sucks. But now it's Gorek is under tower. Nope, gonna be Jab who takes those hits for him, and very close. I don't know if they needed to dive that far, but Glimpse does have a really long cooldown early levels, so this does force Mirana back too.
And because of the rotation from the Undying, like they're just conceding top now. They're kind of conceding mid as well. Fortunately, can no longer run that. Brood's gonna have a really fun game. Power's probably gonna die in the next 2 minutes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
She's gonna be a lot of problems.
The thing is, you know, it's the classic case of also they have a sentry pretty deep behind their tower. Sexy Bamboo gonna take some tower hits. He may just die to he should be fine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Couple wards mid. This is a disaster.
Did he just deny another one? Wait, what happened in mid? Sorry,
The Radiant have 2 wards giving
the
same vision. It's a minute apart. This is disaster.
It is really unfortunate because of the cooldowns on those things. I'm unsure of what exactly happened. Maybe some folks just panicked, wanted a sentry.
Like at the start of the game, Pelican went through mid, dropped the sentry with B-ward, and he also dropped the one on the right.
Oh, they're gonna... Oh no, he tries to not tank it! They try to transfer the Nightmare, but it's not soon enough. They're gonna end up killing off the Ursa. Now Pelican in for a lot of trouble. There is the glimpse backwards, so should be okay here. But just too late on the swap over, and a lot of that being Baines' range.
And that's a big problem. CS was actually doing pretty well. He had 18 CS.
Oh, in mid, we're gonna have a toss. Not quite back, but up in the air. Immediately trying to make himself faster by swapping around, but the IO ball's gonna be in his face and taking him down. Yep, so a little low, but I don't think that this... Oh, okay, never mind. He is just right where they want him. He's gonna try to soul rip for it. He drops the Tombstone. He might be able to get this kill, but no, he's pulled back. Finally gets it. Yapster is still fighting this. There's gonna be one more tower hit. He salves up. Hook doesn't have any mana, so if Yapster can juke using the zombies, this will be the great escape. Turns out the toss doesn't help him so much, but here comes Bane. Brain sap at the ready. Just needs to get in range for an auto attack or that. He still has the stolen strength. Is he gonna juke this? They see him though. He's juking around. He can't get to the creeps or anything. He eats the trees. He needs to deny himself. Strength be gone, but he's gonna go down. And now Blazemon nothing he can do there to help. That was a really long chase, though. I'm not 100% sure, but that may have been worth the amount of time it took.
I think it's close for sure, but I'm glad that happened because I never knew there was a juke spot here till now. So thank you.
Yeah, as we just found out, really excellent spot for juking. And in the bottom lane, we're having a bit of a go onto Pycat. They actually Nightmare at the same time as the stun. And now they swap over to the other Nightmare target. Pelican again. Gonna fall here.
Yeah,
this combo is doing work.
This is not the disruptor game he was looking for.
Go.
Like, he doesn't have a lane to go to. If he goes mid, he just gets comboed. If he goes top, he gets hidden in the ass by a spider. Bottom, he gets arrowed in the face.
Yeah, and we are 6 minutes in. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely gonna go down there. Gorek, gonna see if he can find some more on Pycat, but probably just gonna hit the creep wave here a bit. What is going on with Venno? Probably gonna die to spiders. Uses the smoke. Really nice play there, but unfortunately that does mean you're down a smoke. Obviously the cooldown. Yeah. Only 50 gold these days. I wanted to also point out the net worth chart though. We are 6.5 minutes in. We are 3k gold behind for Mama's Boys. Almost 2,000 experience behind as well. Broodmother getting bigger and bigger. Like Sexy Bambo was at the lane of his life. Second on the net worth. And that's just him farming all the creeps up there.
Yeah, as I said, he's having a very fun game. And it's not going to get any worse either because I feel like as soon as tower, he can just go bottom and he has no real threat. And the bottom can transition into moving around the map, making a lot of kills happen. As soon as you take over the woods, what the BeWater farm? Person needs lane creeps. You're going to be able to get that when there's a Bane which is about to sleep. But I think he's dead.
Yeah, with no support to transfer off that Nightmare, he's going to take an arrow. Nice long duration. He is going down. Can he get off anything instead? He doesn't use the ult or anything, though. Now he finally uses it. They won't get the kill on Bane. They do one more last hit. I'm a little surprised he didn't use that earlier when he had more health to do the 80% damage reduction.
And they weren't hitting him, though, when this... Like, after the arrow, he kind of, like, fogged them a bit. He wanted to make sure he could get the return kill. It was a nice idea. Kind of helps Pelican out a lot because he needs level 6, so he can actually threaten some potential kills on the IO or...
Sexy Bambo is being a murderer up in the top lane. And Gork comes in, and I don't even know if this is going to actually be a good place for him to be. Sexy Bambo doesn't have the soul ring up for quite a while, though, so... And he's just going to walk back on through the tower.
Is under attack.
He gives...
and Disruptor is down in bottom lane. The tornado comes up too late to save him, and now they do manage to poison both of these two. Saskia taking a lot of damage, does not have Brain Sap on cooldown. Will Invoker even get one kill here? No! He does just manage to get it, but Tones at the last moment.
As well.
Yeah.
Get it there, that would be
I didn't think he was
sad.
Going to because of the last minute turn, but he does. But again, looking over at... yeah, it's feeling very rough. The Broodmother pick kind of out of nowhere doing a lot of good work. We have double net worth already on some of the heroes on the Dire. Mirana's well on her way to her drums. Tiny already has his, so Mirana's just doing the... 2 drums isn't awful on teams. It's just not always something we see.
I'm pretty sure the only build Pycat goes is a healer, drums, bottom. I've never seen him do anything else. Personally, I think both of them is a tiny bit overkill, but it's just how strong you want to be at certain points. Like, they're already so far ahead.
Yeah.
And that Moonlight Shadow kind of is wasted. Creep vision.
Yeah, so we will see... How do you come back from this, right? You're now, holy Hannah, you're 7.5k net worth behind after those few engagements, 4,000 experience behind, albeit part of this gold is Brood took 1 tower, but that's not 7.5k, and it's just all going down.
I find it, like, really hard way for them back. Like, the Invoker's level 7. Tornado doesn't really go that far. His EMP doesn't do that much damage.
Fiend's Grip on the bottom lane, on Undying, and the relocate.
I think he's going from here to here, and he even cancels it at the end.
Dire's middle tower
Not so great. That was also, as you said, there's just nothing they can do. And that was the first relocate of the game. We haven't even discussed this, how many problems there are going to be following relocate. There's going to be an EMP, but an arrow coming out gets Pelican again. EMP doesn't actually hit anyone. German player managing to get off that Poison Nova, but will it be enough? He has no more mana. He is dead to the Brain Sap. Invoker taking a lot of damage. Nightmare up on him. Blazemon ticking down. He is dead once he wakes up. There's a glimpse back. At least Pycat won't get that kill, but too little too late is what it's feeling like. And also, Pelican living, it's not that great.
HK
like
player, nice
what happened?
creeps again.
I missed what happened.
He ran into the Ursa. The Ursa popped all his
Oh.
spells. He ran up to the double stacked camp and they hit him and he died. And Ursa was really sad.
I was wondering why the Ursa popped the ult for farming creeps, but yep.
He was farming Bane instead.
Yep.
Didn't quite work out.
And that's another thing we haven't super talked about, but basically when you pick up an Ursa, you do want to farm heroes because it's much better way to get kills because you're not really a big creep hitter.
You want to farm Roshan, and that's not happening.
So we're going in for another relocate in the bottom lane. It's looking like Nightmare up. People are dead. Tornado gonna at least stop the Invoker from dying. But they're going in. I maybe spoke too soon. Fiend's Grip. No, the glimpse is on the Tiny, so it's not gonna disrupt the Bane. Although Soxcat now left alone, dusted up. Maybe they finally get themselves a kill after such a while. Pycat is here though. Seeing what he can do. Soxcat uses the Nightmare. It's being transferred off. There's the stun on Pelican. Will he be going down again? One more auto attack from Pycat, and now Blazemon to boot. There's the Brain Sap to bust up the Bane. Gorich actually quite close to Pycat. Maybe can do something here, but 3 kills for nothing.
Thing, much as like just playing so comfortably right now, this was such an out trap, and now they're even getting the kill on Ursa as well. Unless the Undying can stop getting in, Pulsar and Fall. He wasted again, but the Undying's not doing anything. Meanwhile, Brood top tower, mid's being pressured by some illusions and a creep wave. There's just nothing they can do. Heroes don't push out waves, win team fights, and they damn well don't go late after turtling for 50 minutes. So
the net worth chart is literally just sorted by team, and we're gonna see another death on Undying. He's gonna get tossed up. They'll farm the Tombstone to boot. Arrow doesn't end up hitting, but one more auto attack from the Bane, the Tornado, and the EMP. The EMP actually hits on hook, but with the Nightmare and Blazemon, they might just have the auto attack damage. They use the Stallful, managed to get both onto Blazemon. Pycat taking a little bit of right click, but neither of these heroes, I think, if anything they can do. And Tiny, he misses the Avalanche, thank goodness, but they're probably still gonna see a kill on top anyway. Gorich in a lot of trouble after his Invoker is dead, and it's looking grim. It's not looking so even as what we were hoping. Toss up, and it's now 6-22. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, this is a single elimination tournament, and they're on their last legs for BeWater, but you have to be feeling that it is near over.
I think they'll play it out as long as their souls can take it. They might be getting the Brooder just as popped.
There's also going to be a relocate behind them. That's why the Brood's walking away. Pelican goes down. In comes the Io, going to help out with those balls, smacking people around, and it's going to be his last auto attack. Brood still isn't dead.
I think your soul is just crushed at this point.
Yep,
Yeah,
and they
GG
call it.
comes out.
There's the GG. 14-minute GG, folks. Mamas is going to face whoever wins between Kaipe and Stark, I believe. For us, I think we'll be casting again when the North American stuff starts. I might actually take a... Well, I'm Llama Down Under. I was joined by PQMZ. We have our wonderful Dr. Corporal British on stats, so please show them some love. We may take a little break just because I'm a little sick, and I need to see if I can do anything to fix that, but otherwise we'll check if the America bracket started. So there will be a little bit of probably stream downtime because I'm not sure if we're going to be in lobbies again, but we will find out, folks. Please enjoy, stick around, listen to the video game music. PQ, any final things you want to say before we sign off? No, it's not through. It's, oh, I guess it is one more through. It's not through, is what I'm saying.